You got me nervous, man.
Oh, man, you cool. You've been doing this forever.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. You're now tuned in to the world famous Wake Up Show. You are now rocking with the best. You know what we do here, man. We bring you that real raw hip hop, but also it's called a Wake Up Show because oftentimes we try to get you that information on cats you don't even know about. So we got a legendary cat in the studio right now. The Freeway Rick Ross, not the one you may know, but the original Rick Ross. Say what's up, my man.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Yeah, this your man, the real Rick Ross.
So you know about the Wake Up Show, man? Just give me a little quick breakdown, man.
Man, do I know about the Wake Up Show? I mean, really, when I really started listening to hip hop, really serious, I was in the pen.
Right.
And the Wake Up Show is what we listened to in the pen. I mean, y'all had the raw, the uncut. You know, we heard guys that didn't have a record out come on the air and rap their stuff, and it gave us a chance to pick, you know, who we thought was gonna be the next star. So, I mean, when me and Harry-O, before he started Death Row with Suge, we were laying in the cell listening to the Wake Up Show. So, you know, that's how far back I go with the Wake Up Show.
Harry-O, wait. That's another character that you know. We gotta get into all this, man. So Harry-O is the original founder of Death Row. Is that correct?
One of them.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. I say one of them. But me and him was Cellies.
Okay.
When they started the whole thing. So.
Okay. Now, man, this is like, you know, it's one of them things, man, where you always thought we gonna meet one day, but we didn't know what. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the circumstances are gonna be.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, destiny is supposed to happen, and that's what this is right here. This is destiny.
So, you know, my first thing I gotta ask you, man, is how real can we get with the conversation like this? Because, you know, over the years, you hear so many rumors and so many people talking about, you know, what this cat has done, what he hasn't done.
Let's don't hold no punches. Let's go all the way with it.
No, there's a danger in it, man. Let me tell you why I'm a little nervous, man, because years ago, we had a situation with this cat named Biggie Smalls. And Biggie came on the show. Let me see if you can still hear me, man. How's the level?
I got you.
Okay. Biggie came on the show and was like, don't hold no punches, man. You got to step to everything. And then my man went crazy on the lyrics, man. I've never talked over a freestyle in my life. And it was the first time where I took a breath while he was rhyming, because I was like, man, this cat Pac had just passed.
Yeah.
And this dude is rhyming like no problem. And we were in the West Coast, and at that time, Pac was like Jesus out here, man.
Absolutely.
And a lot of cats were offended. And they told me the next day, if that, and me and Big were real cool. They told me, man, if that's really your boy, you got to get him out of town. Like, they literally told me.
Yeah,
like, LA's looking for him. And I tried every which way to contact him. And I found out through one of his people that he had gone back to New York. And then, as you know, people know that Puffy invited him back to LA for one more party, and then everything went down. So that's why I get nervous of just letting, you know, just saying, hey, we can talk about whatever, you know.
We ain't really got that problem with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you have to worry about that. I knew when I heard that Biggie was in LA that was a bad move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At that time, because, you know, dudes were still steaming. Nobody really knew what happened to Pac. And, you know, LA is a vengeance town.
Right.
So, you know, all that plays a part. But you know what I'm doing.
That's why I'm coming to you. I'm saying I get nervous because I know you were dealing with some heavy government cats, and all of a sudden we start talking about all that. And then all of a sudden, 3 days later, you're like, Tech, why'd you say all that, man? I jumped through. So how free are you open to talk, man?
I'm wide open. I mean, you know, what happened with the government has been exposed already, and I'm not the one that exposed it. You know, I was privileged to the conversation, just like everybody else. So, you know, let's go, man. Let's go as far as we can.
Okay, man. So let's start in the youth, man. So now you're 10 years old. What's going through your mind, man? When you know, because I know at some point you have to want to come up real fast.
Oh man, like everybody else. You know, when you're growing up in South Central at the time when I was growing up, man, you know, the gangs were just starting.
Okay.
You know, Big Took was the man, him and Raymond Washington. I was privileged enough, you know, when I was a kid to see them while I was growing up. So, you know, I looked up to those cats, and Crippin' was something that I wanted to do at the time. But my mom was one of them old Christian ladies, and she wasn't going for it.
Right.
So about 13 years old, I started playing tennis, so that kept me out of the gangbanging. But my younger brothers got into
tennis.
Tennis kept me out of gangbanging, man.
Okay.
But my younger brothers wasn't fortunate enough as I was to pick up the tennis racket, and they actually joined the gang and were diehard Crips.
Okay.
And maybe still are at 50 years old. But I missed that, and that was partially behind tennis.
And then what happened? Well, you go from tennis, man, and then what happens one day?
Man, I messed up in school. I never learned how to read or write. I didn't learn how to read or write till I was sitting in the penitentiary with a life sentence, and I figured that if I was gonna get out of prison, I had to get myself out.
Right.
And I went from there, learned how to read, went back to school, learned how to do law, and here I am now sitting at the Wake Up Show.
So where did the name Freeway Rick Ross come from?
Man, when you're growing up in South Central, there was a lot of Ricks, so I stayed by the freeway, and they started saying Rick to stay by the freeway. But when the police and the news and all these other people they put a whole new twist on it. But it wasn't really like that. When it first started, it was just the guys in the neighborhood.
Right.
There was a fat Rick, a skinny Rick. Rick stayed by the freeway.
A lot of Ricks.
It was a lot of Ricks. So
well, let's go to current events right now, man. The first thing is now you locked up and you're hearing about this cat named Rick Ross who took your name. Now I'm gonna give y'all the hip hop version of what I think is that maybe. Same thing that happened with 50 Cent, because, if in some ways, you got to notice, man, a lot of cats look up to you. Some people may not look up to you, but a lot of cats are like, yo, man, that's the OG. He put it down.
I get mad respect.
Exactly. So maybe, and I'm just, maybe part of it was respect level. Like, yo, man, he was the kingpin. He was the biggest that did it. I'm just going to take his name. And like 50 Cent did that with a cat out of New York.
Right.
And then later on we found out, oh, that's not the real 50 Cent. There was another 50 Cent.
I mean, I look at what he did, and as a businessman, it was a smart move. He caught a name that was already hot in the streets.
Right.
And somebody that he thought was gone. He thought I was buried.
Right.
And at times I thought I was buried too.
Right.
I didn't know if I was gonna ever. We in the pen and you got that life sentence. You say you're the walking dead. So. I didn't know if I was gonna ever get out, and he probably figured that I was never gonna get out, and he was banking that I would never get out, and he snatched the name, and maybe it was out of respect, but at the same time, he hasn't shown respect right now today, with me being here and walking the streets. I don't think that he's came at me the way he should have came at me.
Now, if he would have came to you and said, man, look, here's $100 grand for using your name, I got mad respect for you, just let me use it. What would have happened?
I probably would have said no.
If I would have said no?
Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? My name is worth more than $100 grand to me. You know what I'm saying? I made this name when I went into the dope business. I went into the dope business to make a name for myself.
Right.
I didn't want to be Little Took or Little Raymond. I wanted to be Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make my own name for myself and to show that I was my own man. When you wearing another man's name, are you really a man, or you live in a mask, behind somebody else, behind what he done and what he accomplished, and not what you've accomplished. In which right now the guy's accomplished a lot on his own. I think right now you would say, you know what, the hell with that. I done got in, I put it off. Now I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet, and I'm gonna be William Roberts. I'm gonna make my dad proud of him, because I don't know how his dad could be proud of him. When he named himself if my son named himself after another man and I'm still here living live and healthy, I would feel a little,
disrespected.
I mean, what did I do wrong? How did I not live up to make my son proud of me?
Right. And the thing about it is, like you're saying, man, he's at a level now where I think that's just the rap game. You know what I mean? Where you have to figure out who to be when you come in, because we later on found out he was a correctional officer and never was an inmate at all.
Yeah.
But he knew that if he came out as a CO out the gate, everybody would be like,
Exactly.
Because that's the current state of the mentality of people that listen to hip hop. Is like, yo, man, if you ain't real, if it ain't real. But I think, me and Crooked I talked about this one time, that I really think that the West Coast, we've been hurting out here for artists for a while. We have
absolutely
maybe 2 or 3 that really popped in the past 10 years. And I think that when Biggie and Pac passed away, I think the world, including all the labels, kind of put us under punishment in a weird way. Like, damn, these cats are really real with it out there. Like, we thought it was like some media hype and people getting killed. But
yeah, well, they didn't know that the gangs out here are real. You know, dudes out here don't play, and a lot of other places. You know,
right.
They got guys that don't play, but there are some people that play with this lifestyle and don't really know that, you know, guys go to prison for life, and, you know, guys go to the graveyard. So definitely LA is one of those places that don't play.
All right, I want to come back, talk to you a little bit more, man. Hey, pull the record back real quick. We're going to come back, talk more with Freeway, Rick Ross,
man,
the
we can
OG.
talk all night, man.
All night, baby. Pull it back, come 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 back. 1 2 1 2 world famous wake up show. We are now in the studio, my man Freeway, Rick Ross, the OG. We talked about the other Rick Ross, man. So you know, we got to kind of close it on that one. What is going to happen with that whole situation, man? How do you feel about me?
I want my name back. You know what I'm saying? I got a court date set up, you know, where I'm trying to get my name back. I got a big law firm that helped me because he got Universal behind him. You know
he's trying to keep the name?
He's trying to keep the name, man.
Oh, that's not right, man.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the name, you know. And you know, now he's saying it's his name, you know, that he made it. Somewhere I heard him on, I think it was Power 106 or one of the radio stations, and he said that I should be happy that he used my name.
Obviously, you're not happy, man.
Not at all. I mean, you know, how can I be happy if you took my car and I see you drive my car around and I'm walking?
Right. Right. And the thing is, like you said, man, a lot of people had counted you out the game completely.
Right.
But let's talk about the present day right now, where you actually are coming back into entertainment game heavy.
I'm finna do it, man, like
so
it ain't never been
down,
there
man.
before. You know what I'm saying? I built a website while I was in jail, freewayenterprise.com. This is a website, you know, it's based on a Facebook, MySpace type of platform for artists to launch their careers, you know, and I'm doing a movie right now. I got Nick Cassavetti, who just wrote my script. Script is sick.
Whoa.
He's gonna direct it.
That's the cat from what movie? Blow. Yeah, he was a screenwriter or
a screenwriter for Blow, Alpha Dog, The Notebook.
Okay.
Nick's sick. You know what I'm saying?
How real are you gonna keep your life story?
I kept it pretty real. You know what I'm saying? The movie's not all the way about me because there's a lot of government involvement in what I had and what I done. You know, I thought that I did it all by myself. Right. But when I went to court and all the paperwork came out, I found out I had some sources that was unknown to me that was in the White House. You know, guys like Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush Sr., Oliver North. So
these are like, you know, this is the 80s we're talking about now, right now, right? 1985, 86.
80, well, it started in like 81, 80.
Right.
But it blew my mind to find out that my arms ran that far, you know. Yeah. I'm thinking that you know, I'm a local cat, you know, right here in South Central Los Angeles. Right. You know, making moves and making things happen. But then when you find out that these guys are behind the whole movement.
You said Ronald Reagan,
George W.
Bush, Oliver North. That's the Iran-Contra scandal, or
that's it. You hit it right on the head.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what they was doing? They was taking the money from the arms, giving it to these cats to buy drugs. And then the drugs would come to you, or you would give it to them, or no? They was giving me the drugs. They guys that they were getting the drugs for were giving me the drugs.
And then what was in it for them?
Well, they wanted to win a war. You know, they was trying to keep out the Sandinistas out of Nicaragua. They felt that if the Sandinistas took over Nicaragua, then communists would attack America and everybody in America would become communist.
Oh, that communist thing. Yeah. Everybody,
They wasn't having that. So that's really how the cocaine and crack epidemic got sparked in America.
And let me ask you a question, man. This is the psyche I always want to know, man, because, you know, like, I got a couple of nice things here and there, man. At some point, I'm like, I'm cool with this $500 watch. I'm cool. Yeah. I'm cool with this. Man, what point did you get to where you had to, you know, why didn't you at some point after, like, set a benchmark like, yo, man, when I hit 10 million, I'm out?
Well, you know, once it start coming and you're not really doing anything, you know, but giving orders. You know, like, I didn't see drugs. I didn't really see money. All I did was got numbers and spent money. So it's like you're not really doing anything but just giving orders. You know, you pick up a phone call and the guy says, hey man, I need 20 keys. So you figure, okay, I'm gonna make 200,000 off of that, 300,000. Hey, go deliver these 20 keys to him.
Right. So it wasn't like you were hopping in a van and start driving around.
Oh, no. And I felt that there was no way they could catch me. You know, I didn't know that the feds use informants and that they didn't have to find drugs and things like this. You know, when you out there selling, you thinking that they got to catch you with drugs in a bag while you walking down the street or you in a car.
Right.
But that's not the case. You know, what they did is they went back through my past and say, okay, this day you sold X amount of drugs. You sold 20 keys to this guy, you sold 50 to this guy, 10 to this guy, and they added up and they say, oh, you did this for 5 years.
Right.
And that's how they give you a case.
So, I mean, a lot of people, you know, thought that you were kind of set up.
Well, I was.
Yeah, you was a scapegoat in a way.
And I was, in a way, but at the same time, you know, I played a part. You know what I'm saying? I got down. Nobody put a gun in my head and tell me to go out there and sell drugs. I wanted to be in the drug game. You know, I wanted to build a name for myself. You know, I felt like William Roberts did, like the rapper. You know, I didn't have a name. I was a nobody. Right. So I was going to take cocaine and make me a name for myself. You know, just like he took Rick Ross and made a name for himself. Right. I was going to do it with cocaine.
Let me ask you a question, man. And this is, I asked Run DMC this before, too. What was your highest high? Meaning not actually being high, but like the highest high of like what you was doing. And what was your lowest low to this point of your life?
Oh, man, just to be able to go around the neighborhood, man, and help people out. You know, to see people come up and say, hey, man, you know, I'm about to lose my house. I'm about to get kicked out. And to be able to give them $2,500 or $3,000 or $5,000 if I wanted to. You know, that's like the ultimate, you know, just to be able to help people that need help. You know.
So you wasn't like stashing it all away just for you. You kind of felt like Robin Hood in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this here, man. What good is to have money if you can't help the people you love? Right. You know, if you're just going to be rich and live on the hill and drive 20 cars, but then all the other people that you're around, they doing dirtball bad, they can't buy food. I mean, you know, is it really worth it? Or are you really rich?
What did the cocaine turn into crack, and didn't it eventually affect the community that you was trying to help out in a weird way? I mean, it's kind of like a weird circle.
Absolutely. But you know, when you get involved, sometimes we trying to accomplish one goal, not knowing the end results. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when I got involved with cocaine, you know, just like since I've been doing this movie and stuff, you know, stuff has come out that, you know, back in that time, there was actors that put in their contract, you got to have cocaine on the set for me. You know, that was in their contract. So it was looked at differently at that time. It wasn't looked at, you know, the crack moms and people being strung out and that type of situation. You know, we looked at it as a glamorous party, you know, type of situation. Right. And I guess my lowest low would be in court when the judge gave me that life sentence and hit the hammer, and I saw how it affected my mom. You know, it really broke my mom down. And you look at it like, well, damn, you know, I was doing this to help you. You know what I'm saying? I wanted you to have the things that I know you needed when I was growing up, you know, and to hurt the ones you love when you're trying to help them is really hurting. So that was probably my lowest point in my life is that day when the judge hit that hammer and told me that I was going to spend the rest of my life in prison.
Hey, we talking to the original Freeway Rick Ross right now, world famous Wake Up Show. We're going to come right back. Pull her back, man. Dynamics in the studio with me. Pull it back. 1212 world famous Wake Up Show. I got my man DJ Dynamics hooking me up tonight, man. We got the original Freeway Rick Ross in the building, man. We're going through his history right now. We found out he wants his name back. We found out his highest high, his lowest low. And then let me just ask you a question, man. At your, you know, what was the most money you made in like 1 week, man? Like, what was it?
Man. I done had days I made $3 million.
Wait. Say it again, man.
I done had days I make $3 million, man. So
in 1 day?
One day. I went through a lot of money. I mean,
okay, so what happened?
The prosecutor said, what'd he say? In 2 years, he said I made like $600-something million in 2 years one time. So,
man, okay, now I gotta ask you, man. Where could you possibly keep $600 million?
No. I didn't keep it. This was the money that rolled over.
Oh, okay.
In the buying drugs and, you know, in the whole little circle. You know, it's like a cycle that you go through. You know, we don't get to keep all the money. Right. But this is the kind of money that would come through my hands on a daily basis. You know, like I would make $1 million, but I would have to turn some of it in.
So you were like a businessman, really, man. Because, you know, when people think of you, I'm thinking of guns, shootouts, you know, blood and crippin', just out there acting, you know, whatever about my money.
Man, we had LA on lock, man. Wasn't no killing.
So you were like a McDonald's enterprise in a way. Like
exactly.
You were like, I got homes and I'm gonna do a places where people can go. Am I correct? Or?
Absolutely. And that's what really killed me about the whole thing, because they want to relate the drugs to the violence, but that wasn't the case. I mean, when we started selling drugs, this was the first time that you could see a Crip on a Blood's block. You know what I'm saying? And they getting along because they working. They trying to get money. And when you're trying to get money, you don't want no violence. You don't want the killing and the police coming around, you know, because that interrupts your cash flow.
Right.
So, I mean, that might have been, the drug game might have been the first peace treaty to show that it really could be a peace treaty.
Well, but why did it break out to a, you know, whole Cold War, man? Like,
well, you took when they sucked all the players out, then they left a void that was open. You know, so when we went to MDC, man, all the guys that we grew up with were all in jail. You know, we all sitting inside this high-rise downtown, you know, looking at long times. You know, guys like Harry O, Bo Bennett, Pat Johnson from Compton, Honcho, you know, all the players. You know, we all downtown. So when they sucked this fraud out, then they left a gap inside, and you know, and guys got to fighting over it.
Let me ask you, man. Did you ever fear for your life, not from the streets, but more from the government side at all, man? I mean, because you just named the last segment. You talking about George W. Bush and.
Well, you know, the cops done shot at me many times. You know, but I've been fortunate enough that none of them hit me. But I've been shot at by the cops, 2, maybe 3 times.
And the reason was what?
And they don't like me, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I never sit around and ask.
Right.
But I've been shot at by him. Yeah, I had bullets whizzed by my head, and like you said, it's from the authority, from the streets. I mean, the streets just love me, man. I don't know why I get so much love from the streets, but you know, I go in any hood right now across the country, you know, and they just embrace me, and you know, they understand my plight. You know, they understand where I come from, because a lot of those cats are coming from the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Grew up with nothing and want to make something out of it for themselves. And a lot of times, unfortunately, in our neighborhood, the first opportunities that we have is crime.
Why is that, you think?
Well, I think that the people, the power that be, don't really want us, you know what I'm saying? You need poor. You know, you need underclassmen to do the dirty work. You know, if everybody was equal, then who would do the dirty work? So, you know, they want us to stay poor. They want us to stay ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to get educated and to learn how to work, how to make the system work for us instead of us working for the system.
Got you, man. And let me ask you this, man. If you can go back in time now that you know all this, do you think you would have followed the same path if you had all this information in your brain right now as a 14-year-old kid?
Absolutely not, man. What I know right now, but I mean, you can only get this 2 ways. You know what I'm saying? You can grow through it like I did, or somebody can take you and teach it to you. You know, unfortunately, I didn't have anybody to teach me. You know, I had to learn the hard way. I had to get hit in the head with bats and run into brick walls and get hit by cars before I picked it up, you know. And one of the things that I want to do right now, and what I'm doing with my life, is teaching, you know what I'm saying, our younger people, you know, how to watch out for these brick walls and these bats, because they still out here, and there's still people that will put them on you if you don't know what you're doing.
Wow, man. You got a deep story, homie. So this is all going to be in the movie?
Man, the movie going to be deep, man.
Are you going to expose the W. Bush and the CIA
absolutely.
And all that?
Why not? You know what I'm saying? They did what they did. You know, Ronald Reagan's getting libraries. Why should I get a library then? If y'all going to give him a library, you know what I'm saying? Oliver North got a talk show. He got a presidential pardon. You know, Congress found him. They found him guilty. But Bush gave him a pardon. You know, why he didn't give me a pardon? You know, why somebody don't give me a pardon? I played a part in it. Right. I was just as much in their operation as they was. I just wasn't knowledgeable enough to know to go up in the White House and get in with the good old boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I stayed in the hood, but at the same time, my cash took care of what they was trying to take care of. So, you know, they need to look out for me too.
There it is, man. Yo, we're gonna come right back. Freeway Rick Ross. Breaking it down. My man got a movie coming out. You got an entertainment business about to crack, man.
Book,
so, you know.
Check out freewayenterprise.com, freewayrickross.com. Man. I got y'all though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all support me, I support you.
Well, we got somebody about to call in a hot second, man. So, yo, D, pull that record back. We're gonna come right back.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
One of these
Surprise
West Coast
guest.
cats?
Yeah. Go ahead. 1212 World Famous Wake Up Show. I got a BlackBerry in my hand. On the speakerphone, my man Warren G. You know we got Freeway Rick Ross in here, man, and not the cat from the East Coast, the OG. And we got the OG Warren G on the phone. What up, man? Can you hear me?
What up, though, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, we got the OG in the studio, man. You want to say something?
What up, Rick?
What up, Warren? What's up, baby? That's my man. You know,
Man,
Warren.
I'm just chilling, man. Just working, producing it.
Hey, Warren, man. Warren, give me some. Let's ask you, man. What's this man's legacy in the hood, in your opinion, man?
What is it now?
What's this man's legacy in the hood, in your opinion? Freeway Rick Ross.
What the man's legacy?
Yeah, like, when you guys bring him up, man. I mean, I'm talking like 5, 10, 15 years ago. What did y'all used to say, man, about him?
Man, he was the man. I mean, that's all he used to hear, the man around the hood. I used to be doing my thing, and I'm like, damn, I'll be scared to get to that level.
Hey, man, what did you think when you heard the other Freeway Rick Ross come out? I mean, did you instantly know that he had jacked his name, or did it take a minute to figure out, or what did you think?
Well, I mean, I didn't know that, I guess he had, I didn't know that he had took the name, or I just assumed that, that they knew each other, and then I assumed that he was looking up to Rick Ross, sort of like how Biggie Smalls got his name from Biggie Smalls from up out of Uptown. I think it was Uptown Saturday Night or Let's Do It Again, one of those. So that's the way I seen it,
You thought he was...
because like you got like Snoop, he called himself Snoopy after the dog Snoopy, his mom did. You know what I'm saying? Or you have, like Eminem is after named Eminem, but I think that he just really, Rick Ross, the rapper Rick Ross, really looks up to the OG Rick Ross, and that's just how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Now I know everything else I don't get into, but
Right.
But I mean he's a dude that was huge. To me when I was young, like that was a trip. Like, wow, this is a black guy and he's doing it. He's doing it big. And I mean that's how that's just how I put it down. But he's a cool cat. Paid his debt to society and turned his life around, and just using the stuff that he had to go through, turning around and making it positive for the kids, and making steering them in the right path, so they don't go doing this or doing that and doing that, because he done been through it and he done seen that. And that's the same way. I ain't a major G like Rick Ross. I'm still, I'm young, but real young. Not that he old, but I'm just a younger cat. But man, I really love the things that he do. He goes and he speaks to these kids in the inner cities and really show them, give them game on how they're supposed to make it in life, but in a positive way.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's my man Warren G.
Thanks,
calling
Warren.
in.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
Warren is a real dude, man. He's one of the cats that while I was locked down, they reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? And showed love. Absolutely.
Wow.
So,
That's my man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
man.
that. And haven't stopped. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying about dude. And I can understand if dude showed me respect. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he's in a position that he could have reached out, you know what I'm saying, and gave a dude a hand up off the ground,
Right.
you know, when the dude walked up out them gates and needed a hand, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Instead of, you know, getting on the radio, fat mouthing about me being down on my luck and
Whoa.
and
I didn't know about all that.
oh, it's all good, war though. It ain't, you know, that's between me and him, you know.
They gonna work it out, man.
Absolutely.
They gonna work it out. Hey, Warren, we gonna hit you later, brother, all right?
I definitely, you know, I know if they work it out, boy, the connection
Will be great.
be so huge, you
Yeah.
know, between the two. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a real good connection, man. So I hope things do work out, man.
Yeah, we gonna work it out. We gonna get it worked out because you know what I'm saying, it's the right thing to do. Maybe you know what I'm saying, Tech putting this thing together, maybe Tech can put it all together.
I'm
you
gonna
know
put it
what
all
saying?
together, man.
We do it right here on the Wake Up Show.
We-
We'll come right here, Warren. You come on the show, all of us together, and we'll put that thing together.
For real, it's all good.
All right.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Warren, we gonna hit you later, man.
All right.
All right, brother. Peace, man.
Later, y'all.
Yo, so I'm sitting here, man, and you got somebody on your left-hand side. You got a pair of headphones for my man. Can somebody hook him up real quick? Now, what's your role in all this, man? I know that everybody needs somebody good on their side, especially an attorney, man. Like, you gotta.
Yeah, I'm basically Rick's attorney / advisor. I'm a former district attorney out here in LA. You know, met Rick out with another client. I've been doing entertainment law for about 3 years. Rick's a wonderful guy. We kind of clicked.
Right.
Working on the movie, working on a lot of different projects for our major enterprise, which is Freeway Studios.
So you guys, okay, you about to start signing artists and
No, it's not necessarily just about a label project. Things
Right.
have really expanded. You know, we're really trying to take the movie and the documentary and expand out to do more motion pictures.
right. Oh, motion pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, and y'all just hooked up from what?
We were actually at the Conga Room. Jamie Foxx's thing down at the Foxhole.
Right.
I was there because I have another client that's working with Jamie Foxx.
Right.
And Rick was there. He was outside trying to coming in, and you know, we talked in there. This is maybe about a year ago.
Yeah.
Maybe about 10 months ago, and we just been clicking ever since. You know, working on this project, getting out here, meeting people from actors to producers to movie producers, and just trying to make this thing happen. This movie.
Wow, man. And what's the name of the movie? Any titles?
Not yet.
Not
Untitled.
yet. And let me ask you, Rick, was you ever portrayed in any movies without you? I guess you might have known it, but nobody else knew it.
Yeah, I've been portrayed in a few movies, a few video games. I found out when I was in jail, this kid wrote me and said, "Man, you know you in a video game called Grand Theft Auto." And I was like, "What?" So he said he sent me the transcripts, and it was a cat named Smokey, and he did some of the same things that I was doing. So I was like, "Wow!" And then there was another movie that came out by the name of 100 Kilos that portrayed me. I think that's about it that I know of that's been brought to my attention.
Right, because I think people are just like, hey, we love to take his story and do something with it quick while he's not out.
Yeah, but I think those are the only ones, you know. But you know, been so many rappers that you know mention my name in raps and whatnot that you know it's crazy.
So in closing, man, you know, where you at right now, man? Physically, mentally, are you
Man,
back? Are you charged? I mean, are you blessed?
Man, I'm on a new plane, man. You know, I went from being illiterate to reading over 300 books while I was down. You know, so I educated myself. I'm well educated right now. I really don't think that these people really know how to deal with me yet. You
Right.
know, they haven't found a guy that they can't buy. You know, I'm not for sale.
Right.
You know, I don't care how much money you got, you can't buy me because the money don't impress me. You know, the kind of money that these guys worship and treasure, you know, we threw it around back in the days.
Right.
You know, it wasn't enough for us to go out and spend, you know, $100 grand on motorcycles or just whatever we wanted. You know, take a trip and take the whole neighborhood. You know, that's how we live. You know, you know, easy come, easy go, as they say.
Right.
So, you know, I can't be bought. You know, I'm not for sale, and I'm just happy right now. You know, everything that I dreamed about, you know what I'm saying? Dreams can come true. You know, just like you see me right now at the Wake Up Show. You know,
Right.
I sat in my cell when I was in the penitentiary and thought about being here on the show with you, man.
That's what's up.
So
Thank
here I
you.
am today, and you know, I plan on going far, you know, and to help heal our community, because I think that it needs somebody like me, you know, that can talk both languages. You know, I can go and talk to the guys up in the high rise, and then I can go to the penitentiary and Juvenile Hall and relate to those guys as well, and everybody in between. So
how do people get a hold of you guys, man, for anything? We have a website?
Well, basically, we have freewayrick.com. That's where you can add his Facebook, his Twitter. Then he also has freewayenterprise.com, where you can come sign up. You can be part of a new social network that we're trying to set up to expand outwards.
Okay.
You know.
And they can send me CDs too. You know, I'm looking for artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody special though. I mean, not these guys that's standing out here like everybody want to go in the studio for 15 minutes and cut a record and then want everybody to listen to it.
Right.
They can send their CDs to me at P.O. Box 11173, Carson, California 90749. And address it to Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? I'll check you out and see if you got something. If you got something working with it, holla.
Can you put that somewhere on the website too, so people could just, if they they missed it, they could just go to the website and go, man, is the address up there?
I added to freewayrick.com in the contact section.
There it is, man. All right, world famous wake up show, man. This is like a dream come true.
Love,
both ways, man. You know what I'm saying?
Love.
Yeah, man. So it's like congratulations on everything, man. I hope you're very successful in what you do.
Man, let me give a shout out to Nate Dogg and his people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow, yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, we're going to miss Nate. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the trailblazers to this West Coast.
Absolutely.
Peace.
The OG legend, man. You know?
Yeah. Check out to everybody. Make sure that you watch out for the movie. It's a mix between Traffic, Blow, and Boys in the Hood. It's going to be wild.
Wow. That sound crazy, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thanks for coming, man. World famous wake up show.
I'm going to give a shout out to my son, Jamal. He's standing right here with me. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the next mogul. Y'all watch out for him. He's starting from the ground. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been privileged to get no hand up. He's grinding his way up to the top. And I love him for it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't asking for no handouts. He said, Dad, I want to earn it. You know, just let me hang out. And I'm going to get in.
I think he's going to be your A&R guy in a minute, man. I'm telling you, man. He got his ear to the street right now. There it is, man. World famous wake up show. We got to get out of here, man. Thanks for coming through. As usual, I want to say peace. Dynamics, pull the record back. We out of here, man. World famous. Rick Ross.